Welcome to the Thursday Night Crypto Show. I'm Drew, in here with Zach. We got a lot of great topics for you. Bitcoin, crypto topics, you name it, we got it. Even got some NFL football at the end for you.
A little Tron talk.
You want to talk about Tron?
Let's just go ahead and jump right into them.
All right, what do you want to start with?
All right, so I was up and down about Tron last year. I loved them at first.
Yeah, when it first came out, it jumped from
because I mean, Justin's son,
pennies to 30 cents.
Yeah,
it was a nice little bounce.
Made a little money. I mean, anyway, so BitTorrent is what I want to talk about. So you know, Tron bought BitTorrent. I don't know, a couple months back. Actually, was it like 6 months back?
Yeah, I think it was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, so basically, Tron now is going to tokenize BitTorrent.
Okay.
So now BitTorrent's about to have its own token sale, January 28th. The token sale. Now, unfortunately, U.S. citizens.
There's always a disclaimer.
U.S. citizens can't get in, but I don't know how you can't jump in if you have a,
If you use, what are you saying? If you use a VPN?
Yeah. If you use a VPN.
A lot of people do that. They use a VPN and they just try to jump in the token sale.
Yeah, I mean, bought a couple of them like that last year.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, back to point. So, they're having their own token sale, and Binance is launching this token sale. They're the one who's running it through their little, the little incubator platform they have for ICOs. So they're running it through there. There's a couple like red flags I see, but I don't know. It's still.
Where are they?
So one red flag I was seeing is that there's 990 billion tokens.
Dang.
That's a lot. That's probably the most I've heard of having.
So almost a trillion tokens.
Yeah.
I mean, So
the only reason why I think you would need that much is what they're going to be using it for is people, or the 100 million users that they have on their active a year. Those people, they can send power and send memory and send storage using this BTT or this BitTorrent or whatever, and then they can charge or make money off of it.
It's just BitTorrent's network, but they just created a blockchain out of it. Is that right?
Yep.
And so,
they're
because Tron bought BitTorrent.
Yeah, right. So Tron owns BitTorrent.
And how do you think BitTorrent and Tron are going to interact?
So Tron is going to speed up BitTorrent, and that's what's going to make BitTorrent so valuable and so much easier to use for its developers that use it right now.
So basically, Tron's going to power BitTorrent and just make it operate faster. Mm-hmm. Just optimize it, basically, is what you're saying.
And it's getting its own token, which is cool as hell. January 28th.
Dang, dude, that's crazy. I seen the headlines. I just didn't pay much attention to it.
The headline I saw was...
I remember Tron buying it.
Yeah.
But hold on a sec. So the nearly 1 trillion tokens, that worries me, because I think what a lot of people don't understand is like Bitcoin and every other crypto, you can cut it up into fractions.
Yeah. So
really the amount's even bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. So
because you have so many decimal places.
Just think of how much volume would need to be used to make that move.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? So
because what makes the price of something go up is, it's scarcity.
Yeah.
And it has to have value and scarcity. So
if there's 990 billion of them. So I think I saw that one BTT is going to equal, it's like 0.00012 cent US cent.
So can you buy it only with Tron, or do you got to have something else?
You can buy it with BNB, Binance, Binance Coins, or Tron. One or the other.
So they're cornering the market.
Got them.
Hey,
so who's going to make money on that? Tron.
We'll see.
Tron and Binance and BTT.
We'll see if the network gets increased attention.
It's
what's the hard cap?
I don't think there is a hard cap. There's no rules. What the only rule there is that the max buy is 20,000. That's the most you can buy. So, but I don't know.
Okay, that's smart.
And in the token sale goes for a certain amount of period. If I remember correctly, it's the 28th through the 3rd. And then after the 3rd is no more token sale.
That's great. And let's be clear to the audience. We're not advertising.
We're just talking about
it.
What they're doing. And to be honest, these guys bought a not a crypto company, and they're about to turn 100 million users into crypto users.
It's just kind of ironic because Tron wants to decentralize the web, and they bought pretty much it was a decentralized file sharing network, and they own it now. So,
oops.
This is
that's a good move by Justin Sun.
I don't blame him. You know, it's just interesting when it's decentralized. But hey, who knows? Okay, well, next headline we talk about is this Russia interest in Bitcoin.
I did a little bit of reading into this, but we talked about, was it last week?
So we weren't talking about Russia doing it.
Right. We were just talking about
what happens when a top 10 country starts to do it.
Right.
Because not every other country in the world is going to sit back and watch their rivals scoop up a currency.
So whatever leader is the first one to be like, or the first one to say, hey, we should probably, hey, we can buy Bitcoin. we can buy Bitcoin.
I think what people look at, so every major country puts gold in their reserve, although their money's not backed by gold anymore.
Yeah.
Why? Because if for some reason your money loses value or countries just quit taking it, you still have gold. People got to buy gold. People are going to buy gold from it.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of a hedge in case, shit hits the fan. Well, if Bitcoin becomes valuable enough and countries start seeing, well, shit, I don't want, some of my rivals scooping up this new age of money and having some sort of advantage. Then it becomes a buying war.
What I'm kind of see happening is, how you kind of enlightened me on Ethereum.
Yeah.
I kind of see one of these leaders one day see somebody coming to them saying, look, this is breaking it down just enough to somebody where they're like, oh my goodness, like that is worth some money. You know what I'm saying?
We could use this.
Because right now, I almost think they just brushing it off.
I think the government, they're not just
low-key stacking.
Yeah, but not necessarily low-key stacking, although I wouldn't be surprised me.
Yeah.
But they got their eyes and ears on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's intel coming from the cryptocurrency realm that our government knows about.
Agreed. There's probably an inner circle people know about.
Oh, I'm sure they got agents work because you don't want to lose advantage if this does become, valuable to people globally.
You see everyone talking about the United States is going to miss out on this. Like we're going to let our regulation slow us down from being the leaders of this technology or whatever. I see that a lot from U.S. journalists.
Yeah, I guess I just think if another country starts buying it,
that could
we're going in.
So Russia buys, like what I saw last week, 10 billion.
Yeah, I don't know if they will, but if they do, it's on.
Yeah.
I mean you're not gonna sit back and let it happen.
No, I agree. So,
but do you think Russia's really gonna do it? I mean, can you take what the Kremlin says?
I don't know. Can you take what our president says?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I sit back now. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I don't know if anyone's going to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's somebody not the U.S.
Yeah. Well,
wouldn't surprise me the least bit.
Because we're on this topic.
Tell me.
I think we may need to jump ahead to a different topic in the Wyoming blockchain bill.
Tell me.
Okay, have you seen anything about this? Because
I read a little bit about the new senator or something like that.
It's a step towards,
Was it a new senator that got appointed or?
No, they entered a new piece of legislation, and it's basically blockchain friendly.
Okay.
And they're reducing a lot of the entering costs for cryptocurrency companies and blockchain companies that wanted to use their tokens to transfer money.
Oh.
They're dropping a lot of the legislation and a lot of the
what
hoops
city?
and hurdles.
I'm sorry, what state?
State of Wyoming.
Okay, all right.
And they're doing a lot of things for LLCs to help them be more crypto friendly. And it's really a big jump.
So
in our legislation,
paying bills and things like that.
I'm assuming. Let me pull this thing up right here, and I'll read it to you.
I'm assuming that's what they're doing because was it Ohio? I think it was Ohio. One of those other states, they were doing the same thing where they were letting people pay utility bills with crypto.
Well, they were letting them pay their state taxes.
That's right. That's right. The companies, right?
And that's just one step closer. And here, I'm pulling up right here. Okay, so HB19 provides an exemption for virtual currency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., used within Wyoming for money transmitter laws.
It just says virtual currency, though.
And regulate,
That's awesome.
And etc.
That's awesome. And God knows
Ethereum
what else.
and etc.
That's awesome.
Okay. Provides that a person who develops, sells, or facilitates the exchange of an open blockchain token, okay, a consumer or utility token, is not subject to specified securities and money transmission laws. So now you got to be careful with this. So if you make a utility token, what they're saying is you don't have to do all the security stuff like ICOs did.
Yeah.
But it's got to be utility.
Okay.
So if your token doesn't have a function before you make it, they can deem it as security.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where they got to be careful with that right there.
So it needs to have a function before they can.
Yeah. So so let's say we made an app, or let's say a DApp. Okay, and our token had a main function on our DApp.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's say we pre-sold that token to our customers.
Yeah, our investors.
And then use that money to kind of build our business, and they got to use what we promised them.
Yeah.
That's a utility right there.
Yeah.
And so what Wyoming's saying is, okay, that doesn't violate any security law. You're not a security.
Right.
What you couldn't do is just, hey, we plan on building something later. We don't have anything right now.
Yeah.
Y'all you invest your money to me, and I'll build it.
Okay.
So but it's just reducing some hurdles for people who really want to build applications.
Okay. I didn't even know that. We talked about last week or 2 weeks ago. We talked about it was Ohio. It was one of those states, and they were letting Overstock pay their crypto bills. Was it Ohio?
Yeah, Overstock was the one that said they were going to pay.
Yeah.
In Ohio, yeah.
So that's just 2 instances right there that, boom, legislation's already kind of bending over.
And what's big is it sets a precedent.
Yeah.
And if enough states do it, then the federal government will be more willing to do it. It's kind of what's going on with marijuana.
Yep.
The states are doing it first.
Yeah.
And then once 3/4 of the states do it, the federal government will probably just come out and do it. So,
when's Texas going to do it? Nah, I'm just playing.
Yeah, who knows, man.
So I was looking on last week's crypto chart, our little script that we have going, and I was looking at the pickem, and I'm just going to let you know I've been winning.
So we're going to talk about that right now.
No, I just happened to see it down there, and there's a little red dot right there by it where it says that your cursor is, and it showed me. Are we bringing Hot Sizz on?
Yeah, later in the show for the pick'em. We'll bring him on.
All right. We're gonna bring on a friend of ours from college. He's probably one of the goofiest, funniest dudes I know. He's hilarious. Okay, we'll bring him on later.
All right, so we want to throw out a marketing question or a tip?
Let's do okay, so let's do a tip.
All right, so what you got for me?
All right, so it's a little, I guess maybe not a tip, but more of a info or FYI. So, do you realize how big blockchain is? It's revolutionary, right? Okay, so what markets or what industry would you say it would affect?
Probably biggest one, most immediate financial markets.
Right, financial, and then what? Maybe tech, maybe gaming and all that stuff.
Gaming, gambling.
Yeah.
Anything in that realm.
Would you think marketing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So that's going to probably be the number one after financial, I think. To me, I mean, do you know how much money? Think about how much money like these big enterprises lose on a, daily basis, monthly basis, on like bot clicks. If they pay for a certain amount of advertising, they pay for certain keywords, and they get bot clicks. So their money that you pay per click. So their money that they spend on those clicks are just getting hit by bots, and they're wasting somewhere up to, I think it was like averaging for a Fortune 500 was like $1 million. $1 million on bots, right? So blockchain technology, what does it do? Secure as hell. And then not only that, it leaves a thumbprint and a footprint. Nobody else can. I was getting into it right there. Oh, sorry. I was getting into it right there. But nobody else can, send another computer or anything like that to.
It's got to be a real person, is what you're saying.
Exactly. You're going to know that when this advertisement was clicked by somebody, boom, it was an actual human.
And I can tell you how they make this happen. It's stuff like MetaMask, okay? It's just linked to your browser. So whenever you click that whatever,
yeah,
that has your private key.
Yep.
That you can use.
Absolutely. What is a Chrome extension?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just transmitting your public ID, which can't be traced back to you, but.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what MetaMask is, it's It's an online blockchain.
It just works with
wallet.
It just works with your web browser. Yeah, it connects to the Ethereum network.
Yeah, and you can store all ERC20 tokens.
Yeah, any Ethereum token. It also connects to all the test networks.
Yeah, so
that's what we get on. That's what we get on and play around with our dApps that we've been messing with.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to our ticket builder.
Yeah, that is coming.
It's in the process, man. It's in the process. So basically, no bots. It's authentic, and you save a lot of money, as well as you do in the financial side too.
I can see it.
And it's going to be big. I mean, I see guys talking about it already all the time online. Well, within the marketing side of things.
And the amount of money spent on marketing is unreal. So I mean, it definitely has a large market value.
And so pivot that question to you about a business.
All right, so we take a little business tip, and really this is, I'm just kind of throwing something funny out there and crazy. But how to avoid the SEC.
Okay.
All right. So with your blockchain project, how to not get sued by the SEC. And the first one is, if you're building something, if you really don't want to go through all the regulatory framework and stuff, don't take investments. That's the easiest way. Yeah. Now I know, hey, how you gonna bootstrap a project without any cash? There are ways you can avoid that right there. Yep. And the first one is go talk to a dang finance attorney to make sure because you want to know what all the laws are, where you can do it, and they can't guarantee, protection, especially inside the United States, but they can recommend some things to help eliminate your chances of them coming after you. And there are some small tips, if you can take investments from your family and friends and stuff like that, your close friends. You don't have to fill out a bunch of, security laws for that. But that depends on the state you live in.
Does it?
For the most part, yeah. The state can have their own set of laws. But once you start taking, outside investor money, that's when you really got to start filling out all the paperwork and, and it's a pain in the butt. But the last thing you want is them to come after you and take all your stuff. And that was one of the things that ICO screwed up with, and some. They had to dissolve because of it. Yeah,
and you already see that. How many coins were on CMC at one point?
Has it gone down? I think it keeps going up.
Oh, I'm sure it probably goes up daily. But I did see at one point that there was a report or something that maybe 300 to 400 companies at least. 300 to 400?
Yeah. It's crazy.
But a lot of people made some BS things real quick.
Oh yeah, everyone's just making these random tokens.
That's wild.
But you can there are ways to start your crypto project. I mean, you can legally go through the framework.
Okay.
And you'll save money actually by using the Ethereum network by a smart contract in transaction fees.
I was just getting ready to ask. So what can somebody do to start this blockchain business if they wanted to do it that way?
If you want to take outside investors?
No. If you wanted to start your own ICO, how could somebody do it themselves real quick? Maybe not quick.
Legally?
Yeah.
I mean, you would need an attorney. You would need someone that's going to file all the paperwork. Yeah. Unless you know how to do it.
Yeah.
And usually that's...
And then the ICO?
Oh, then you could host your ICO.
You could do it yourself.
Now the hardest part, there's regulation. So remember how all these ICOs only took, what do you call them? Accredited investors?
Yep.
Because there's a law, if you only take accredited investors, you don't have to have as much SEC filings.
Of course there's a law.
But if you start But if you just start taking, people's money off the street left and right for it, you got to have all this sorts of stuff, all this sorts of paperwork and filings.
Makes sense. And I would expect it.
The SEC's, mantra is they're going to protect widows and orphans. Mm-hmm. Although we somehow fall under that category as, widows and orphans. Come on.
I see it.
That's what sucks is, you may have a really good idea. You got to go through all these hoops and ladders.
Yeah.
And it's just a pain in the butt. And what sucks is, as an investor, you may see a great idea, but that offering's not to you because you don't have enough assets. So
that's a good way to raise funds, though. In ICO, it's easy, cheap.
Yeah, you
It's
don't have
free.
You don't have to pay the clearinghouse.
It's almost free. What is it like? How much is it? Did we say to make your own ICO on the Ethereum network?
Oh, you could host your own ICO for $25.
$25, yeah, that's right.
You can make your own, and it's probably cheaper.
Yeah,
really. I mean, it may cost you around like $15.
Just takes a little bit of know-how.
You don't pay the transaction fees. All the investors pay the transaction fees.
Yeah.
So
check out our guide. No, we don't have
Send
one.
us an email.
We don't have one, but we'll make one. No.
We can set the smart contract up.
We should. We should set it up and show people, and just let people go over there and send some fake tokens around.
Well, I mean, you can do it for donations.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, shout out to
pretty sure you
donation.
can.
No, I'm just kidding.
Contact an attorney.
All right, so NFL. I was already talking about it last time.
You don't want to talk about Ethereum halvening first?
Oh, I didn't.
You don't want to skip this.
I
This
didn't
could be
even see.
big.
I didn't even see. If that's anything like Bitcoin halvening, then I'm trying to know. I want to know about it.
Okay, so let's knock this out real quick because I think it's a big deal. Okay, so Bitcoin's like the amount that are minted when a new block's made.
Yep.
Halves every 4 years.
Right. And so what is it right now? Like 16.5 or something like that. Something like that.
I think it's like 12.
It might be 12. And it's going to drop down. It's going to drop down to
like
6.
I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, Ethereum's similar, but it's 3.
So what is it? It's 3 right now.
Yeah. So with the new fork, they're going to reduce it to 2.
Nope. So not half. Not a real half.
No. So that's why I had it in quotation.
Oh, okay.
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 You see that?
Okay, I see that. He really does have it in quotations, so my bad. Okay.
But I just want to compare it to something.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense, though.
It's not halvening,
okay,
but the amount's reduced. It's about a third.
And when does this happen?
It's a thirdening.
A third? A thirdening, okay. Let's not regress. No, that's hilarious, though. A thirdening. All right, so a thirdening. When does this thirdening happen? Happening.
I want to say it came out of the Constantinople fork, but I almost want to say they may have deployed it today, actually.
So price.
I would have to double check on the date.
So not technically, historically, from what I've read, is that when Bitcoin has had a halvening, the following 6 to 8 months,
the price jacks up.
Correct. The following 6 to 12 months, the price increases by a lot.
And here's why: because Bitcoin, we go back to scarcity.
Yeah.
So it's the same amount of people want something, but the supply has been reduced.
Boom, boom, boom.
The price jacks up.
Yeah.
It comes back to supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of the same thing here with Ethereum, that the supply is going down, and if the demand stays the same, okay, well, it has to readjust. The price is going to readjust.
I just had a pretty cool idea. Online on the website, we should put a countdown of when Bitcoin halvening is, just so we could have it and just check it out. And
I think it's next year.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it is, but we should throw a countdown up there, and we could just tweet it out and just keep everyone up to date.
Oh man, I wonder how you could do that. I'm sure you could track its blockchain. Well, it doesn't go off time; it goes off transactions.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, we'll just find like a little.
I guess it really goes off
like a little plug-in,
blocks.
and we'll just put our own little timer in. Just make it look like we.
That would be live.
Yeah. Hey, keep a lookout for it. Hey, but that's cool though. No, that's good to know because not a lot of people know that. Like when I read about Bitcoin's happening, I was educated as hell. After that, I was like, oh shit, it's gonna go. That makes sense. Yeah.
And the only difference, though, okay, so as more people mine Bitcoin, it gets harder to mine.
Right.
Like the system makes it harder.
More power, or like harder, like as
you got
tougher equations.
Tougher equations, so you got to use more power.
Okay.
So the system can only mine so many because it kind of regulates itself.
Sure.
So you can't inflate the market. Well, I haven't really looked how much Ethereum's readjusted difficulty.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
We may not see the magnitude
we probably won't,
of the price jump, but if it follows what Bitcoin has in the past, then hey, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
and we still think in the long run Ethereum is going to be valuable. I mean, that's my personal opinion on that.
Yeah. Me too.
I think it's going to become the new app store. And I know that's kind of a weird terminology for it, but it's just going to be a network that has all the apps.
You know what else is weird?
Yeah.
I saw a clip of Al Roker and Katie Couric on TV the other day from back in the day, and Al Roker was like, Katie, can you please explain to me what the internet is? So that's pretty weird to me too. So I can definitely see that being the next app store, 100%. I mean, how secure it is, you know? Not only that, what did I see about they were transferring over? We talked about it last week, remember?
Oh, they're going to proof of stake.
Yeah. Okay, so it's getting even more secure. So
hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see. I mean, I think I trust the Ethereum devs. I think Vitalik's really smart.
Oh my goodness.
Probably one of the top, most intelligent people on the planet.
When you watched him speak in that one conference, were you not just like enlightened right there, like, oh shit?
I do want to buy him a cheeseburger.
Yeah. What, like, that dude. All right, so.
In the time because of film, they said that we were tipping our stunts and things every time, so they knew exactly where we're going to be every single play most of the time.
Well, I felt like the Rams had like heavy set packages, and we just stayed in a 4-man front.
The whole game
Yes.
just until the fourth
And just
quarter,
got
like 7 minutes left.
Bitch.
And then those tight splits by those wideouts made us play a lot of zone and slow down our linebackers and our safeties, and the bootlegs killed us.
Hey, if you ask me, it was just poorly coached.
I tell you what the game was. You know what it came down to? Was a hands to the face on 3rd down. That was the game right there.
Then the second time it came down was when we let Jared Goff scramble for 8 yards.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Heath,
that was bad.
Heath was so bad on that play.
Okay, so the games this week. Let's start with NFC first. So we got the Rams at Nowlands. Says you got first pick.
The Rams in New Orleans. I'm gonna say the Rams because Sheldon Rankins, one of the New Orleans' best defensive tackles, is out with Achilles injury.
Wait, so he's been ruled out for sure, right?
Yeah, he has an Achilles injury. Yeah, he's done.
Is that the dude they call Snacks?
No, that's Giants nose tackle.
Okay. But
this guy
got drafted, right? Just maybe 2 years ago.
This guy was having a big year though for New Orleans.
Okay.
And so they're gonna have a backup in there.
Okay. Who's the backup? Is that the guy that they drafted first round?
Well, they just signed somebody the other day, and they said he might get playing time.
God damn.
Okay, never mind. All right.
So I'm going with the Rams too. I think that O-line is cold. I think they got some running backs that are cold.
Dude, I think their defense is underrated. I mean, I think they play big time in big games. Like they just sometimes don't show up. But
they got one of the best defensive linemen in the game.
They got 2 of the best.
3 of the best. And talking about him, okay, how many times I see Tyron Smith try to scoop block him?
Dude, Tyron Smith got old.
Nobody. Okay, but nobody can block him.
That dude is
like that.
That dude's unreal.
Man, yeah.
And we don't ever change our snap count either. So I mean,
hey,
and we're bringing Scott Linehan back. Just so if you're a Cowboys fan, good news for you.
Man,
Scott Linehan is coming back.
I can't do it. All right, so.
But I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be real close.
How close?
Like 3 points or like game-winning field goal.
Okay. All right, so you're all Chris Berman used to say, you're all on the charge. Okay, well, I know he's hurt, Rankins is hurt, but something about that defense I think is underrated. I think that's the underrated defense right there. I know
the Saints.
Yeah, I think
I'll take the number one rush defense.
I'm about to say the defense. Everyone knows that they can stop the run. Now with Rankins out, they might not think that, but I think them at home. I mean, it's set up for the Rams to win. I think for the Rams. If I was the Rams, I couldn't wait to go into New Orleans because they already lost there. You already saw all the shit that was being talked back and forth between Marcus Peters and Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, where Marcus Peters was like, oh yeah, then we're gonna have some gumbo.
I think the Rams got this one. I don't know why. I think they're playing the best football.
Okay. They looked good last week, but I think
the only thing is just
coaches didn't help them.
it's hard to win in the dome. I mean, that's the only advantage.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
advantage, that the Saints have.
What about playing in 0-degree weather?
That
What?
place is gonna be wild.
In KFC 0?
Dude, it's supposed to be 0 degrees or something like that.
Dude, KFC weather sucks.
Sucks. Like
KFC
like
weather
Cleveland
sucks.
weather.
Oh my god.
One of the coldest games ever.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild.
So with that being said, you got.
Who you got? Who you got?
In my eyes, you got the GOAT versus the
Gunslinger
up and
2.0.
Yeah, he's cold, man.
Brett Favre number 2.
What do you think, Haas?
Well, their last meeting was a barn burner. They scored a lot of points.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to score as much just because it's going to be so cold.
Yep.
But I can see Kansas City pulling it out because the Patriots are not the same away from Foxborough in the playoffs than they are at Foxborough.
That's a good point.
So maybe it was Vince. Well, it was somebody saying that like whenever people go into Foxborough, they have first of all they got to face the GOAT, and then it's just the prestige of trying to win in Foxborough at Tom Brady's home in the playoffs.
It's a hard place. It's got all that history backed into it.
And Kansas City, I mean, Mahomes threw 2 picks last game against the Patriots.
Okay, so what type of score do you think?
I think it's going to be like 31-28 or 28-24. It's going to be somewhere in the mid-20s to upper 20s, maybe hitting 30, 31.
Okay. All right,
it's going to come down to a late possession or somebody making just an unbelievable play.
Ooh.
I got 34-24 Kansas City.
Okay, 34-24. Okay.
I think they're going to get after that home.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, he's balling.
It looked good last week.
Yeah, and like you're saying, I think New England's not the same team away from Foxborough.
Yeah.
So I'm going KC.
Okay.
Now the thing to look for is last time they played they had Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
And he had a good.
Kareem Hunt, he balled, but I don't want to. I'm not going to act like Damian Williams not cold.
No, he showed me something last game. He
showed me something for real. Like
he was.
I knew he was fast, but I didn't know he could read like that.
Yes, he was making some unbelievable. I mean, just reads and cuts. Like I was like, dang, look at him. I mean,
well, who you going with, Mr. Homer?
Okay,
the Patriots cap.
I'm going with the Pats.
Go figure.
This game is set up for Tom Brady to lose. No one thinks they're going to win it. Everyone thinks KC is going to win it. I saw the population vote was like 80% versus KC. Hey, this is the GOAT. If he wins this one, if he goes to the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl, I think he might retire.
You think? You think?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Him and Gronk together.
Yeah, I can see Brady playing until he just can't play no more. You know what I'm saying? Where he's just eventually teams don't sign him.
Yeah.
I guess because I don't think he'll ever want to quit.
Yeah.
I think he's so he loves it so much. He's so competitive. He'll just keep playing.
Yeah. So I'm going with the Pats.
Right.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Pats are going to need to score a touchdown at the end to win.
So it's us two versus you, pretty much.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Did you see that video? If you didn't see that video, I'll have to send it to you.
Which one?
Of him.
Who?
Tom Brady. Like it was Monday morning. He posted a video on his Instagram of him like starting his workout, and he said, "Man, it feels good to be working on a Monday or something like that." And then all of a sudden he said, "Let's go." He said, and all of a sudden 50 Cent. What is that? Did you see how it says 50 Cent? Mini Man started playing in the background. Oh, all right.
All right. Well, hey, we gotta ask.
Next week.
Do you still got all your cryptos? Where'd you sell?
I got my cryptos.
Hi, smart man.
Which ones you got? No, you ain't got to tell us.
I still got TRX.
Oh,
we were talking about that.
We talked about it earlier tonight.
Hey, some of it's going back up a little bit.
Would you say as more of an outsider looking in at crypto, is it easy to understand what it is, or do you think it's like, what the hell is it? I just have a couple of friends that make a little money on it.
I think older people have a harder time looking at it. I mean, yeah, I see what it is. I mean, it could be like the new age, like you say, like people have been saying, is new payment systems. I mean, like there's already betting websites. I mean, a betting website that I look at that's taking crypto currencies.
websites. I'm just saying. But for real, the betting websites. Me and Drew have been talking. We really think that that's the gaming that's going to lead crypto. Kind of mainstream in the gaming industry. Is going to be.
Yeah, and then I mean the United States is getting bigger into the gambling. So, I mean.
Oh, and then the NFL, NBA.
Well, hey, because you've been on those online casinos. You ever play like the online craps?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know what odds you're getting?
Exactly. I mean, you don't. You're getting screwed.
Hey, let me ask you. Don't lie. How much money have you spent on one of those casinos? Because I spent probably at least $1,000.
I spent a lot too.
Yeah,
I won too.
I'm telling you, one time I went like on a $300-400 winning streak on this craps, online craps, betting like $1-2 just played for like 3 hours.
Those online poker rooms too, like a long time ago when we were in college. I used to play them.
I bet you win a lot of money with like houses.
Yeah, sometimes, but then nobody could get their money out. It was like,
that's hilarious. Okay.
Well, that's where we think crypto would be big. Yeah. And there's a platform doing it.
Yeah. There's people.
Did you buy fun? Did you ever buy that crypto fun fair?
Yeah, I did actually. I have some. Let me see how much.
Hey, they got their platform going.
Yeah, they're good.
I might have to get on there.
Talking about we need a little breakdown.
I bought some. I have some fun. Not very much. But.
Hey, you want to come on next week talk about the sports again?
Exactly. Hey, I'm down.
Every Thursday.
Thursday night.
We'll bring you on. Yeah, you're gonna be our playoff guest.
Yep.
We'll bring you on for the Pro Bowl edition too.
But guess what? We got NBA coming up. March Madness. Hey, we got March Madness on.
Hey, we love you. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right.
All right.